Hello and welcome to Wernolau Farm. Yeah, or it could be Wernolau. I can't remember whether my friend Bob said it's a silent V or a V or a W. I can't remember, but it could be Wernolau. But anyway, we're on Wernolau or Wernolau, depending on how you pronounce it. So we have been really busy. We've done very well. We've got that complete thing now. Oh no, that's right. We've got them all now. We've got, yeah, we really are spoilt. So then, let me remind myself what fields we actually bought last session, because it was quite a lot, and we've still got 620,000 left, which to me is quite good. Now, we were deliberating, though, weren't we, actually, on what we were going to do. I think that was it. Yeah, so far we've not bought the fields that I was talking about. No, we were talking about like this, like clump here, weren't we, which would be quite enough, and they're not that expensive. So that would be 80. Buy, yes. I don't want to buy too many. The other thing is, I'm thinking is, yeah, I do want that as well. As animals is what I was thinking. Now, if you don't leave it too long on a start from scratch like this, then it can. The other thing, do we keep 7? Have we put anything on it on the edge of the field? No, because we can't. That's the other thing. Yep, this is quite well suited to having things around, so we could sort of shift from field 7, which has been the farmyard, to perhaps 38. Which then is, though I was talking about, this one was not bad. Let's just visit that. Make sure there's no... Yeah, it's proper grass, I think, as well. If you look, has it got the edge? It has. You can see the proper edging, which means it is a proper grass field. So yeah, that is doable. We've got a mound of ramel, which... we may or may not. I don't think the map's quite right. I think there's a few little... oh, beautiful pond, though. Gorgeous. It is very beautiful. I will say that. I mean, strikingly so. Yeah, I really am quite pleased. Now, then, that is a point. Can we get rid of that part? Well, it is true. Could we... it won't let us put anything on the edge of that field zone. So I'm thinking I'd like to now pull us in here, which would mean we should be able to sell that. Oh, no. We have actually got some objects. I'm thinking about it. So let's pop to that. And I think we will. We are definitely going to move. I think it's that there is what it's on about. So if that is, I think that is, we've not got a... we've also got, like, yeah, a couple of things which it may let us, like, sell it now. Yes. And we'll buy 38. It is slightly smaller, admittedly, but we've also got field 2, which is also a grass field, but it's also closer. Fantastic. I can't store delivery still, which is strange because on some maps it is working. It's the game's a bit glitchy. I don't know whether it is a map-based thing. I checked the for any faults as I came in, and there's nothing showing that's like this. So we're still 575, and we've got that, and that. Field 9, I would think, would be expensive. Do we go for one more? We've got vegetables as well. What about field 4? I think this was actually, yeah, it's very reasonable. It's a little bit. I think we'll stick to what we've got. Yeah, I do. With those 2, I think they'll be all right. It is true. I'd soon have like it's for a bigger grass field. There is, but then that's like the other one. It's a bit of a weird, strange one. Yeah, it's almost, I think I'd sooner split that and do 2 separates. But the nearest, I'm trying to think, is there a way we can actually, let's just have a go on. There's also a massive thing of water. Just, you can't see it until you do this. Unless, of course, it has disappeared now. It was above my head. It's like, it's gone down there now. It's ever so strange, the water floor that happens on the field 5. I would have liked in time, perhaps, but right now it's a bit. It's not beyond that we could do it, but it would. Then it would going to mean that we can't do animals, and that's what I'd like to do. So there is a proper way into 6. It's not too far away. It's also, yeah, this one leads directly to 7. So I think, all things considered, actually, yeah, and also, I know it's not going to have this bit of land, but it sort of is a little bit better than 7. So I think what we'll do is, in that case, we will sell that on for now. How much can we... Yeah, because I would like... Yes, definitely. Right, so it leaves us 432. That's still quite a lot. So then, I'm not going to show this because there's nothing to lose or gain. This is what I say. I know that sometimes it's really mega boring. Or do I just time-lapse the shift of all of our equipment from there to here? So it's not like taking too long. Apologies, it's the brakes. When this is like upgraded, it's too powerful for its brakes, and it really does like go on. So we will. Let's go gather everything. The other thing is, we do really need... Did we order the Unimog back? I don't think we did. I think the Unimog's another one of those things that you need to go into this. I can't... can I find it? I'm not sure. We're in here now. Let's have a look. Let's grab the Unimog and grab a back to it. It rings a bell that we did, but then again, I've also... It's a common mod that I would say, right, let's grab the Unimog back for. So, yeah, I need to grab this picture for them all, I think, because obviously at the minute they're not working right. Leap hair, lizard. Where are you hiding? I'm sure it's a lizard still. Now that shows on one picture. Yeah, it's really strange. I don't get it. Since doing the Giants thing where you put the back on it, the proper way of doing it, it doesn't show anymore. So I'm gonna have to like do it. I got told off for mine because they're a bit skewed. I can see what Giants meant when I did sort of put some in the mod. It was one of the things they told me off for. So Unimog, come on. There we go. So there should be in here. Yeah, the build up dump long, as it calls it. I think that's everything, because the rest you can order. So I think we will find used. Now it can still be used as is, so I think I'll also grab that from there. And oh no, it don't make much sense. I'm faffing around because I've got to go specially. Although no, the Unimog back's quite unique. It can't be grabbed with a pair of with a front loader or anything. It just refuses to be strapped. So the only thing that can grab it is the Unimog, which I've never seen anything not be grabbable with the straps on the front loader before, or a telehandler, but it is definitely immune to it. So yeah, it's the only thing I've seen, unless of course it's been fixed since the last time I tried. So let's go into a bit of a time lapse and let's get everybody onto the edge of the field. All grass equipment we're going to stick on the edge over here. That's the point. If we're going to do, I'm not sure that it'll let us even do the thing on the edge here, but yeah, it does seem to almost a little tiny weeny little bit of something on the edge of the field. But let's have a go. So it would be, yeah, do we want it on the edge of here now? Yeah, we do really, I think. It seemed to like this one better. Yeah, like it was smaller amount that it was in. Yeah, halfway it actually likes it. I just wonder if you could like sort of cheat it a little by sticking it on the edge like that. How far can we get away with that? Yeah, almost to the very edge of that. Go figure. Well, I don't mind it if it allows me to get away with it. That's not too terrible at all. So now actually we're not going to walk around with the edge of the field with that. So that is amazing. Do we, while we've got that, also do one for all of our fields down here on the very edge? There's to say most of our things are sort of, in fact, let's have a look. Yeah, let's have a look at this. So if we work out on here first, it would be about, I would say here, if you're like going to look like the middle of all of these, at the edge of field 2, it's not too terrible of a distance. So if we go to the house, have we actually got a... Proper sleep trigger. Oh, we have. Excellent. Right, so if we then go straight over here. Now, I presume this land is ours and we're allowed to do what we like. So I would say somewhere around here, if it is ours. Again, I would have thought this would have been a given that this really was ours, but then again, you know, like you don't always know. And also, I'm not sure that some of this is meant to be ours. Where's that one? Water point. Ah, yes. I would like to try that at some point soon. Was that one? No, it was that one. I'm going back. I've really gone back to my... Well, that'll do. Yeah, so this is classed as ours. That's classed as no man's land, you could say. So if we... This surely is ours all the way. Oh, it's not. About that, if we put it in B mode, that's as close as I'd like for it to be. I can get to it from all ways, and if we stick that there like that and build a bit of a... I like the road, that is nice. So a bit of like that sort of colour, make a bit of a proper road between the two. Not sure if we like go that. Like that. As if it was always there and it was part of the furniture. Yes, so smashing. So we've got a buy button there. And now then, proper silo. Now we've got that, but we haven't got a proper silo. So I'm thinking we're going to go, yeah, we've got a little bit of money to play around with. Now, the only bad thing is, normally I would shove a silo on, like, the edge of the field. I mean, literally the edge of the field. The other thing, that is true, corners are often, like, something you can get away with. I'm not sure we can on this map. Yeah, it's a little bit, looks a bit bumpy. Yeah, so let's try a corner production silo, because, again, do we need to do that? Or can we just shift the grass? Got a baler, or shift it, and... Yeah, that's true, we've got a proper baler. And we're going to run to the self-sufficiency. So that's not too far to run with the bale trailer, really. Trying to look at how terrible it is. It's a really good way in. So, do you know something? I think just the buy point will be there. And we've got a buy point down there to service this set of the farm. Now then, silo is there. Now I don't think we'll be allowed to do anything, but we shall see. B mode. Remove. No, I didn't think so. It's like part of the foot. Oh, we can. I do like all of these silos for the authenticity of it, but yeah, it's the fact that do we leave that alone though? It's just actually strangely, like the buy point really is quite central, but we could, I suppose, leave that one and stick some. I suppose actually that is a point. We know we're not going to use it. We could put a production silo. Yes, we will, because we're going to put something else there. Oh, okay. Let's make sure we haven't crashed the game. Sleep trigger as undefined channel count, assuming 3. That's the only fault there that is Wernolau Farms. So it's removed it, given us the cash, but it's not really removed it. That's a bit odd. Is it like a... can you put something in its place then? No, it's still really there. You can even see that it's still there. That's a bit odd. So obviously it isn't there, but it is, which is a bit odd. We can't really use its space. That's what I was trying to do. So then let's ignore it and pretend everything's okay. That is... What is this sort of... quite mucky shed? It is quite a mucky shed, it's true. That is also a shed. I do like the amount of sheds we've got, though. I don't think we're going to struggle for a lack or for an awful lot of sheds, really. Who's that? Just seeing it. What? No. We're just looking. So it looks like this kind of building you can get rid of. The ones, yes, certain ones have got like the bluey sort of tint to it, like that one. And the bale pallet and storage. Now that's probably something I won't be doing anything about. I think that we will get rid of because I never use them, and it just gives us a little bit of room for, say, one production. Because I really don't use them ever with having production silos. I just use production silos, and I realise I'm fortunate because I have got them, whereas obviously most people haven't got that. There's also a mod just been released that switches off the floor that has existed since FS22. Now I've still got to yet play with it to see if it really does, but does beg the question that a modder has fixed an error that Giants have allowed in the base game since FS22. And if the modder has closed it, you've got to ask yourself the question, such a major flaw in the game, why was it never patched? Yeah, it is true. When I actually sort of grabbed the enormity of what that actually meant, I thought, well, that is really... You would have thought that Giants would have fixed it themselves, really. So it is supposed to be a field, isn't it? I think that that's supposed to be something special. This one here, which is this here, which you cannot see. There's every single bit of area like this that you can see has got edges. I think should be a field. Something's not right with all of these type. That one we can buy. That's the only thing you can actually buy for one of those areas. This looks like an orchard. I think that is actually where we were. I think that is where we're looking at. Let's have a look. There's two areas. Yeah, so actually there's two. That's one. That's the one. And then there's this one here that really does look very much like a proper field with trees in. So you do wonder with that, the spacing of the trees, is that supposed to be an orchard? Strangest looking fruit trees, if it is. But, yeah, I'm not sure. Is the answer to this question. Right, so let's get on. So we've got 555,000. We do still want a silo. You're still waffling. Let's just get one place, please. All right, so then. The other thing is, can you remove this with B mode? Does some let you remove it, don't they? Again, I think it probably should be. I can't imagine you having to put up with that eyesore there. But I might be wrong. Yeah, it's not having any of it. One thing you can do that I've always sort of thought you could make that. I did on another map once. So I think what we're going to do, being as we're not allowed to, we're going to make a feature of this. But this isn't going to cost us. Yeah, this is like us for once having a bit of a play with something like this. So let's just go bigger like that. We're going to make a real mound out of this, like a map maker would when they're actually mucking around the map. Because it is a bit of an eyesore. So it's 558. Wow, it doesn't half muck around with your money. No, I need to go a bit smaller, or it's going to go into the field. It doesn't look too terrible, actually. Little patch just there. Then, now, sometimes when you place things, it does go a bit mad. So let's have a little look at trees, I think. So 558 is what we need to get back to when we've actually finished. So, decoration, fences, lights. That's more like it is. Trees. Oh, it reminds me of the white tree from Lord of the Rings. Shall we do that? That looks a little bit nice. Could do something like that. I would like. That's what I'm really trying to do. Something that looks a little bit Nice. Oh, that's a bit significantly large, isn't it? Right, so then. 549, 558. So 8 is 9,000. Let's add 9,000. That's not too terrible amount to make a horrible, ugly thing look quite nice. Fantastic. Well, when yeah, we haven't finished really. We should stick a bit of like grass at least on it to make it like finished properly. Let's stick. Yeah. So we'll go. And then we need to stick this money back in as well. Let's twizzle around. Make sure we've got grass everywhere. And it's got some, obviously, yeah. Oh, that didn't cost as much at all. That was quite amazing. Really? Yeah, I'm quite nicely surprised by that. Let's stick some on that strange coloured. This, yeah, I don't know why it would do that, but it has. It still looks a little man-made, as these things do when you do that, but it is, all things considered, it's an awful lot better than that horrible rubble heap, and it is a gorgeous tree, like it's been there forever. It is. So we've got this beautiful pond as well. Now I wonder, with this being ours, I would imagine we're supposed to draw water from it, and if that is the case, can we stick a silo roughly in this area? Is that our land or not? And that, yeah, I wouldn't mind having a... that is true as well. Let's just go and see, can we hide that green barrel? Because only because that's roughly where I'd like to put it, and I would imagine this is supposed to be signifying our land. We do indeed want to hide the spreader. Yes. Oh, okay. That's... You've not properly hidden the spreader, have you? Really? Oh, okay. It's individual objects. Yeah, now this is when it gets messy. Yeah. You really have got to put your little pointer thing on the exact... Yes, we do. About the tyre. Can you not see that that's what we're actually... We cannot... It doesn't really matter about these. Yeah. It's... oh, that may be... Motor? Yes, indeed. It might be that the tyres are all tied to one of these. Right, okay. And then I think if we've hidden the collision, hopefully it will let us, because that now looks odd. Can we stick a silo? And we're going to go for a corner production silo, which should be standard. Are we going to go for the larger one, I think? Which is 17, I think. Large corner production silo. Yeah, that's better, because it is... yeah, we know we're going to have to really do... It doesn't say it's not our land, is my point. And it really is flat as a pancake. So really, we should, if we do that... yeah, I think that's alright. Let's just zoom in a little and see, can we disguise that with something? Can we hide something like over it? Like a couple of bits and bobs. Just to disguise the fact that it was there all along. Being as it's... that's true. No, it's actually over the... Yeah. It doesn't matter. It's a bit big. And that's a bit too small. What about like that? It's not too terrible. Fantastic. Bit odd, but then again, it looks a little less odd than the fact that you could see those quite plainly. Yeah, that's decent. We're not blocking that that either. That should work nicely. That's all good. Yeah, I think we should be all right at that. So that's All right, so we've got a larger than normal production silo down here for in between. Let's just send the drones up and have a bit of a look at how that actually looks close to the fields that we own, which that's the one we just bought, the grass field. Some of these ones, I think it's that one there. And let's have a look. So it's the one further back from that. How do we get to that? Oh, I've just switched my mouse up higher. Let's go for a proper little wander with the... yeah, actually, you'll do nicely. This has seen a lot of activity, really, this one. Then we'll do that bit. Yeah, I don't really mind. I was going to just thinking about... I mean, we do need to be setting planters and such things going. Well, that is something we could do. So let's shift everybody roughly into the farmyard. And then we can go from there. Yes, so I'm going to say my words. I'm going to see you guys and gals on the other side. Right, I think I was going to carry on with like doing the time lapse bit or later, but I thought, well, we ought to sort of move into the farm really, as in like, yeah, or we'll set them planting later on. We've only like wasted an hour So I think we will. I'm trying to think, which is going to be the yard tractor? I think the original tractor will still make a fairly decent tractor for doing the animals. So what are we going to start off with? They're both, it doesn't really matter whether we go for the 80 or whether we go for, we could go for two different types of cow as well. That would be nice. I don't normally do that. So we could go for the, that's the thing, the small 80, I believe. I think this is the 80. Where is the thing? I lost this last time. It was just through the doors. There we go. So this is the 80. So I do think it's probably, yeah, not a bad idea. Does it do the new ones? Yeah, we do can have the water buffaloes. So I think we'll, for this, because these have got a better, I think we'll buy some of these. I've got the new animal mod in. I thought I'd try it if I chisel. I'm not sure. But yeah, so you can buy males. I'm not sure if you need a male for this to work or whether they get artificially inseminated. The costs will be costs to this. I thought I'd try it. It doesn't look like it goes as deeply as it used to in FS22, which did used to annoy me. So I thought, well, let's give it a chance. Before we like go, ooh, let's give it a proper chance. So these should be dairy and producer's milk. Yes, exactly. So this we will indeed. I think we'll go for 40 if we can afford 40. I think we can. That's half, and it will literally have fit it on the first thing, but at least that will be spot on. So 40 and buy, yes. Now we will buy the Timon because we have got a conflicting business, which is obviously we need silage for our thing. So we will buy it in because other farmers do it more cheaply, and we will also grab 80 or 75 in this one that are going to be, I think you had to go in for this one, if I remember rightly. So this is going to mean that, yes, halfway down here, I think, or towards the end. I've done this the wrong way. Yeah, because I'm going to have to race down here and the cows are going to beat me, as they do. Very, very good, really excellent modelling. It really is. Love it a lot. Somewhere down here. So I think this one, we're also going to go for milk because we're going to go for like another sort of set. And we're going to go for my absolute favourites, which is the water buffalo cows. I'm not sure if you need the bulls. If you do, then we need to like buy a couple. But I just thought, well, I'm going to learn by the fact that it will or will not work. There's obviously some quite realistic bits to this where like they stop producing milk for a little bit before, but obviously the notes are not here. They're actually on Chisel's guidance on the mod. So let's grab these, and again we want 75. Now they're definitely better to do this with your mouse wheel. Still cannot understand why that you're not allowed to type a number in. But that is the way that it is. So, yes, for 120,000. Fantastic. Excellent. So that is seriously bought. Yeah, and, ooh, I'm literally against them. Oh, no. So where do we feed them? I'd imagine down the side here. No. We shall see. Yeah, so let's grab this first time. Yeah, you should actually do, really. It should be fine. But while we've got the fen here, let's just for this first time go for the biggie wherever I've hidden him. And let's grab the 70 tonner because it's a push. So let's grab some TMR. And hopefully this is like gonna work. And we're going to need some straw. We're also going to need a manure point. It did say that it had not got one. Now, the other thing is... now then, let's go down and grab our TMR. This should manage it nicely. And we need to put a manure point down. Yeah, we should see. It's a long time since I put a manure point down to see whether or not it works. Because it did last time I actually... worked. I've not had any issues with manure for a long time. So, TMR, fantastic. So, while that is filling, Where is between the two cow places? So we've got a massive slurry pit. Massive slurry pit. And the two... No, I would have thought that was supposed to be. No, it's a silage pit. Yeah. I think, to be honest, we're never going to use it. So we're going to do that. And we're going to put the manure thing in the middle of those two things. It makes more sense to me. So it actually is silo extensions indeed. I have actually got my own that does actually did work. Yeah, that's not mine. Mine's cheaper than this. Mine's really quite reasonable. I think mine's only in silos, if I remember rightly. Oh, did I? No, that's mine. Yeah, I did change its levelling as well. It's only capable of holding 2 million. Only. So I think actually sideways. I hate these rotating ones when they do that. Yeah, because that makes more sense. It should really... No, it's the side that we need access to. Should actually... Let's just, yeah, make sure that we've, like, softened it a little bit, because I can see there's a bit of damage there where we're going to need to go into, and then we'll see if it actually is... I think you can actually visit it, if I remember rightly. I'm sure you can. Yeah, I thought you could. So then, does it say connected to large UK cow barn large? Brilliant. It says that now. We shall see whether we go. I know, isn't it amazing? You know, when you've had a lot of trouble with things, your toe faith in them is like really smack bang. Not bad concrete, actually, Mr. Smith. Not bad. Yeah, no, that's much improved to what it was a long, long time ago. We shall see if it still contains it or whether it comes out a little bit. And I'm not the only one that's been got by that either. So let's just get this fed. These fed. So we're going to need you. And we're going to need to find out where we actually feed them. Yeah, so shed-wise, I'm really very, very nicely surprised. I think we can sneak up. Let's have a quick look in the sheds as well. Is this no, it could be used for anything. It's like whatever you want it to be. It's not got a specific purpose. Very farmyardy feel to the items, not too contrived, or like the house is very... with some exceptionally large cauliflowers. Looks like cauliflowers to me. I may be wrong. Right, so is this a shed where you've got to go in to feed them? It looks a bit like one of those, but you don't know. It could be like at the front. It just doesn't quite look like you can, but we'll have a look. He says as he actually tries to go in the shed with the fence. No, no, it is. It does have a proper feeding trough. That's amazing. So how much storage for the food? Oh, not a lot. So this is definitely one of those you need to feed every single day. It is. I'm not bothered. Obviously, and the herd is not too huge. Now then, so I think... Yeah, it looks to me very much like, if I was to guess, I would guess down there. Or is it in the middle? Is it in here? And then you go... I would guess that it is, but I might be wrong. I'd imagine the middle. Right, so let's have a go. So we are going to need to place a dairy, and I think with having two herds, even though a little bit small at present, well, no, not small. Oh, so it really is just through the door. I'd imagine the same for straw, so we're going to do that straight away, being as we're choosing to have a manure pit, I have to presume we're actually... Oh, this is damaged. It is. There's a lot of equipment that we've not repaired, which we will... Yeah, for some reason, obviously, it allowed me to sell the field with that repair point in it still. But then I can't sell the repair point, which is a little bit odd. Later on, I was like, oh, okay, well, that's... it's almost like it shouldn't have sold the field with it in, but it has, and now it's sort of like thinking, you can't have that back now. We've also, must remember, we have actually got sheep. I think we're going to go... We're just going to go for it. I think we're going to go sheeps as well. But sheeps? We're going to go sheep as well, but like not at this precise moment, because we need to buy dairy, and that's going to skint us somewhat. If we're going to do this grand style, and we are, so we want a thing of... And I think that's probably not a bad place to leave it after that when we've actually done this, because this is our moving in session. Yeah, we're... Oh, my life. We've gone the wrong, long way around. Yeah, so I'm quite happy. Yeah, I am. I like that. Obviously, it was very, very difficult on this particular map for you to stick sheds on the edge of fields or anything like that. So to me, this was a natural thing that you'd buy the farmyard, but we still did a start from scratch. Actually, this is one of the most stringent starts I've ever done, but obviously it was also made better by the fact that we were given this fantastic farmyard. Well, no, sorry, that's not what I meant to say. We were given the equipment. Obviously, we didn't treat that as it was ours whilst we were... But obviously, I thought that was handled well as well. I thought, well, that wasn't bad. It worked quite well. The fact that we did do it like that. So, yeah, that's something to remember for future Let's Plays. And I would imagine... I might be wrong, but it may be down here as well. But yes, it is fantastic. So I'd imagine this likewise. If that food is, I'm sure the straw's going to be likewise. And indeed, I would be right. So fantastic. So, and you can see the straw very plainly inside too. So I would imagine, with that in mind, that it's going to be the same in here as it was with the TMR, that we'd like dump that sort of down there, I would say. And we'll give this the original, the 650, as it's called, the universal. We'll give that the job of being the actual yard tractor that does do this particular task. I think it can manage it. I think it's a 200 horsepower. I think it seems to be fairly. It's just got terrible brakes, and I've got to get used to it, because it's too good a tractor to actually get rid of. It is such a good value tractor. And you were right, it is indeed just through there like that. We may put a little silo in between the two that is going to be... Yeah, and also obviously got that mod on that stops the storage of things affecting... And that's the mod I was talking about, that Giants didn't fix, and a modder has done the fix for it. So I can't wait to see if that actually works. And again, it does beg the question, why was it not fixed by the people who make the game? If a modder has managed to do that, why did Giants, the absolute experts and programmer of the game, neither do anything about it for 2 iterations of the game? For me, I'm personally a little bit angry at this kind of like thing, that a modder can fix something within the game, and that Giants have allowed them and not actually thought, oh, we ought to really do this ourselves. Yeah, I do like that. Yeah, you can tell it's painted. No, you can, but it is still very well painted. I've got to be honest. At a cursory glance, which most of us would be just walking past the shed, it does look really good. I'm quite impressed with the farm in total. So they're fed. I think it's automatic water. I never noticed that we needed to water. Yeah, it's got manure, 2 million litres, slurry, 56,000. Oh, really? Is that all the storage that giant pit has? 56,000. Okay, well, that's a bit disappointing for that giant thing. Can we stick something? like a extension behind it or something, because that is a bit disappointing, really, for something that's that big to be like not that big. So what would it be under? I would imagine silo extensions really would be my bet for something like that. Increases no, that's not. It needs to be more like that. 65. Well, yeah, no, that's is that it? That's a bit more. It is that is okay. Well, I'd say that something's not quite right with that. Then it's not. Yeah, we can see that because he's right next door. So right, okay. So it looks like it's not reading that at all, which is a bit of a shocker. It is. Yeah, not much we can do about it, is there really? So we'll leave it. Yeah, 56,000. We're going to have to like pay attention to that quite a lot, really, unfortunately. So yeah, that would sort out a future. No, we can get water from that actual thing. We do need to do a dairy. Are we trying to build Rome in a day? Can we actually hide that? Because this would be a perfect place in between where we could stick a beautiful... Oh, I think we're going to go big straight away. Yeah, I do. I think we're going to like go for my super, which is... I can't remember how much the super is for just the dairy. The new one. So let's go. Oh, just one little thing while we're here. One of these was not working, which was... Ooh. Ah, yeah, that needs to be switched off for that model, I remember. Yeah, that's good. Ski. One of these was not working. And I had a bit of a go on it. This one. Yes, he fixed it. Fantastic. Right, okay, so now let's on with the business. So super. A super dairy. We're going to go super... Are we going to go super small, though? Because there's... Yeah... Maybe. Bionic. Bakery. Window enhanced. Cement. Luxury desserts. Bionic. Is that still very... No, it is. It's alright. That's not too terrible. Spinny Tailor. Bionic Mini. Apologies. I have got rather a lot of these because, like... Yeah, that's true. We may actually do the straw mod as well. Do we do the salt one? I haven't done that in a long time. Bakery, oil mill. These are the normal ones that my first standard productions are based upon the cycles on these. So then we're going to the super bakery, super spinnery. We want the super. Super spinnery, iron ore, super sugar mill, bionic spinny Tailor. Come on, you've got to be here somewhere. Have I broken it? This is normally alright. Yeah, I'm used to not super dairy. Brilliant. Is this the mid? No, this is the standard size one. It's true. Let's like... We could do that there. That wouldn't be a bad thing, really. I would move them out of the way, but it doesn't really matter if we stick that sort of like over those. Because, yeah, you're never going to know, are you, really? But you'd have to put it in B mode, and then the grate seems to disappear. As it's touching that, that's making the grate disappear. It's not... Yeah, okay. It's going to do that, innit? But that's okay there. Is that going to be... Right, okay. That's... Just check before we move that is actually okay. Yeah, that is. Oh, have we left those? No, the chevrons are in. But I do think we need to hide those. I do. Unfortunately, they are going to be in the way if we, like, do that. And now they look odd. Typically. Yeah. And fantastic. Those can stay. It's only due to the fact that, in fact, yeah, let's do this properly. Yeah, we do. Fantastic. I think that's everything that was really in the way. Not quite. I think they're all right there. They're not going to hurt. It's just like natural clutter. Right, so that is the super dairy that we've placed. So that's... I may be tweaking this a little. I said that all the dairies, the base ones, even though it's super, it's still not super. You know, it's still... Although I think it'll deal well with this, even with 2 lots, because we're doing 2 separate kinds of milk. So let's try it a little bit. I think it'll be all right for this particular farm. If they start to backing up with the milk and it's not dealing with the amount that we get from these 2, then we'll play around with it and we'll do something different. So yeah, we'll leave that. So for this session, all that remains to be said is thank you very much for watching. Truly do hope you're going to stick with me on this gorgeous farm. It really is lovely. It is. I know it's a little bit broken, a little bit, but it really is beautiful. It truly is. And I'm going to say goodbye for now.